Yo, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today we are going to sit here and blabber on about the unbelievable cost. I mean, I'm seeing freaking SSDs doubling in freaking price, man. What is up, Dr. Defy? They all want that monthly subscription. You know what? Like, we can get into that too, because you know what? When I look at that, and people are like, oh, they want that monthly subscription, and then you hear NVIDIA being like, yeah, but we're only going to let you play for like 100 hours a month. I'm like, really, dude? Really? 100 hours a month, NVIDIA? You're going to force everybody to essentially not be able to afford freaking PC gaming. You know what? Honestly, I know that like other companies are like legit filling the squeeze that NVIDIA is basically forced upon us poor, unfortunate gamer souls. You know, you look at the cost of RAM. That there basically makes it almost impossible for people to afford to freaking buy, you know, to buy RAM. I mean, not so much for people like me or other people that have, decent jobs, but for like them entry level people, like imagine yourself essentially being in like the 50-50, 50-60 class range of GPUs, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get me 32 gigs and a 50-60. Dude, you're literally paying more for your RAM than your freaking GPU. You're literally paying more for the RAM than the GPU. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Let's get more people in here. You're essentially paying more for a freaking for a set of RAM than you are for the freaking GPU. You're paying more for a set of RAM than you are for a CPU now. You literally, it's to a point right now where like budget gaming, budget PC gaming is so unaffordable now. 13-year-old kid wanting a piece. Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, and when you know, the the biggest problem is I know what one of the problems is PC gamers are cheap. Let's be real. PC gamers are cheap. They want everything for free or damn near. Um, they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay higher prices for anything. They want prices to remain the same, but they want technology to get better and better and better. But they don't want to pay anything for it. And so the funny thing is, you really don't need it. Yeah, you really don't need it technically. But PC gamers are cheap. They want everything to be basically free. I mean, think about it, dude. They don't want to buy games. They just want to pirate them. And you know, it's like you guys don't want to buy anything. So now the GPU manufacturers like NVIDIA and AMD have essentially like struck the gold mine with the AI bros because they're insufferable. The AI bros will literally pay and pay and pay and pay out the ass. And we won't. Like PC gamers are absolutely freaking cheapskates. They're cheap. They get mad at companies for bringing out 8 GB GPUs in 2025, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, I tested these 8 GB GPUs, bro. Like, I tested these. They all worked just fine. I was able to play any game I wanted to play on a freaking RTX 5050 at 1080p. I was more than able to play these games. But then you get the people that are like so anti 8 GB. And it's like, why are you anti 8 GB? You get free 5090s. Why do you even care what the if the lower if the lower end cards that people can afford are freaking are 8 GB? You know what I mean? They're like, we're doing a solid. No, you're not doing a solid, because 16 GB GPUs in 2025 are close to $400. 8 GB GPUs in 2025 are close to $250. So it's like, who are you helping if you're trying to get rid of these cards and making people feel like they shouldn't buy them? You know, you're out here legit going out of your way to make these look like trash. And it's like they're not complete trash. They're not complete trash. Let's be real. Let's be real. 8 gigabyte GPUs are still usable. Like you could still game on them. Trust and believe. Honestly, if you're at a 8 gigabyte spot though, um, should you expect to use ray tracing? Probably not. Should you expect to use, you know, I just don't get it. 5800, yeah, dude. 7800, yeah, dude. That is an incredible build. A lot of games aren't a lot of games. No, they're not requiring 10 gigabytes of VRAM at 1080p. They're not. So here's the thing. You can utilize actually like low, medium, and high settings. You know what I mean? There's like different like like pre freaking selected settings these days, and 8 gigabyte games now like low end like the low settings for these newer games literally look as good as last generation max settings. Like they're pretty damn near on point with max settings from last gen games. You know what I mean? And so I look at that and I look at the nonsense that these experts spew, and I'm like, I'm like, how do you go out of your way to like shoot down a completely viable product because they didn't want to send you any so that you could shoot down viable products? Dude, when these guys started crashing out over 8 gigabyte GPUs, I thought, wow, dude, wow. If you look at the capabilities of the RTX 5050, okay, we're just gonna go with the 5050. If you look at the actual capabilities of this card versus like I bet this card is, how does the RTX 5050 compare to the RTX 2080 Ti?
The RTX 5050 is more efficient with features like PCIe 5.0 and better DLSS. The RTX 2080 Ti, however, has more raw power, higher VRAM, and is generally stronger for traditional gaming at higher resolutions. The 5050 is better for 1080p and power-constrained builds.
Uh, okay. So it's 352-bit bus, higher texture wave, shader, more CUDA. So okay, so it's about twice that. Okay. Oh, maybe it's the 2080 Super. What is how does the RTX 5050 compare to the 2080 Super?
The RTX 2080 Super generally performs better in older games, offering stronger frame rates. However, the RTX 5050 has superior efficiency and modern features, like DLSS and AV1 encoding,
Whatever
making it
happened to
better for
freaking
feature
Tech
games and
Power Up?
power-saving builds.
Is it Tech Power Up is the one I want? Tech Power Up RTX 5050 versus 2080 Super.
The RTX 2080 Super generally outperforms the.
I don't want that. I just want Tech Power Up. Okay, 5050. RTX 5050. Uh, 5050 is above the 2080. Okay, so it's the 2080. So 2080 Super is 100. Okay, 2080 Super is 104%. And then you've got freaking 2080 Ti, which is 129%. So 2080 Ti is still superior. But I mean, you're talking damn near $1,000 GPU freaking performance for like 250 bucks, when a 2080 Ti is probably more than good enough to give you. I mean, I bet with DLSS and everything, you can still do pretty decent with that card at higher resolutions. I know that for me myself, I was able to test RTX 5050 at 4K on some of these games. 16 gigs for AI. You probably want 16 gigs for AI. But 12 would probably be okay. But I mean, you look at. Oh, sheesh, where's the 76? Is the RTX 5050? Ooh, dang. Dude, the RTX 5050 beats the freaking ARC A770. So it's like right under a 7600 XT as well. Just like right under that. The thing is like anything that you get up to a 6700 XT, which is 112% better. Like the RTX 5050 is still a viable GPU. And if you're going to use lower settings, if you're at 1080p, I tested it on this ultra wide 1080p monitor from Scepter. This Scepter monitor is badass. IPS, 210 hertz, absolutely incredible, badass. But if you look at 8 gigabyte GPUs in terms of can they play the new games, there are some games out there that absolutely, if you want to use like ultra settings, yeah, there's some that can use more, but I don't necessarily. Okay, those same games that I tested on the 5050, and they struggled testing it on this 32 gigabyte. Um, Testing it on this right here, the Strix Halo, this really cool little mini PC. Um, I couldn't even get Horizon Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn to actually play on that machine. Yeah, you don't need ultra settings, guys. You don't even need ultra, dude. Just throw it on high and it's fine. Well, obviously the 9070 is going to have a lot longer. The 9000 series RDNA 4 is going to have a lot longer shelf life than a lot of the older AMD cards. Look, man, I think that's probably why AMD was super reluctant to do ML in the first place, is because they knew that this was going to create a gap. They knew that this was going to create a link, a weak link in their chain of what's it called again? Fine wine. You know, age is like fine wine, like the fine wine thing. I think they knew and understood that this was going to create a freaking a gap, and it was going to be harder for them to fill. I think all AMD really needs to do, honestly, this generation, I really do think they should do this, is put out at least a 5080 competitor that's better than the 5080, like significantly better than the 5080. Man, if AMD could just get close, I mean, like literally close to that 4090, holy crap, dude. I think most gamers would be so satisfied with that. If they could like touch 4090 power at $1,000 or under, dude, I don't think anybody would care. I really don't think anybody would care. That would be a significant improvement because look, man, the cost of a 5090 is absolutely ridiculous. To try to use that as a gaming GPU is kind of just ridiculous, guys. Like it is ridiculous price wise in terms like for gaming, but for everything else, yeah, dude, I get it, I understand it. You know, it's a developer GPU, man. It's a developer level GPU that is at least acquirable by gamers. You know what I mean? I would say 4090, even to some extent, is still in that like no, yeah, still kind of close to that developer range, but definitely trending more towards like okay, this is actually high end freaking gaming GPU now. Sometimes, dude, I can't find the difference between ultra settings and like high settings sometimes. Like it really is that non noticeable. NVIDIA doesn't care about gamers anymore. That's for sure, dude. I really don't think NVIDIA cares much for gamers anymore. I feel like gamers stopped being important to NVIDIA probably around the 30 series launch. I don't really have like these unrealistic expectations for AMD. I feel like AMD just needs to keep putting out GPUs that are going to actually. You're right. It is the most. It is a production GPU and it's priced to like 1.2. It's not a gaming GPU, dude. Like gaming GPUs stop at the RTX 5080. I mean, if it was a gaming GPU, don't you think the 5080 would be about would at least be on par with a 4090? If it was a gaming GPU, 5080 would be on par with 4090, but it's not. It's not even close. You have to use the features to get the 5080 to outperform a 4090. And honestly, when you look at the performance of 5080 versus 4090, it's yeah, dude, the 4090 destroys it, dude. It walks all over it. If 5090 was in fact a gaming GPU, the RTX 5080 would beat easily the 4090. The 5090 is absolutely designed first and foremost for AI bros. AMD doesn't support FSR4 on 7000 series GPUs because they do not physically have the necessary AI accelerators to do it. It has nothing to do with them not caring about gamers. It has everything to do with the hardware just does not have the necessary configuration or hardware to run it. I mean you can bash AMD over the head all you want, dude. Unfortunately, it sucks and it looks bad, and I get it, bro. I say all the time the optics matter, but let's be real, bro. You can go buy a 9070 XT for an affordable price. If it matters that much to you, go buy one. If it doesn't, then go buy an Nvidia GPU, bro. See, tell me they're better. Go buy an Nvidia GPU and tell me that they're better. I mean, the only reason that freaking Nvidia was nice enough to allow freaking DLSS. Actually, Nvidia has supported all DLSS across all of their RTX cards since the beginning, bro. Like since the beginning. Like you could run DLSS 3.5 on your 20 series GPUs too, man. So it doesn't matter. Okay, you know, Kyle, it doesn't import FSR4. It utilizes an algorithm that is designed for int 8 that absolutely works on the freaking RDNA or on the 7000 series. No, I've had this watch for a while now. You're splitting hairs, bro. Like you sound hurt, Kyle. Like you sound upset that freaking that like does it really even matter? Like seriously, at the end of the day, it probably doesn't even matter. If you have an AMD 7000 series card, like you're not suffering, bro, at all. Like you're not suffering. Like you still got a good freaking GPU, you still got lots of power, you still got plenty of VRAM. Like you're not they don't owe you any money. You got every single thing that AMD promised you for 7000 series and more. And more. Like they didn't have to leak the code for you to use OptiScaler. They didn't have to do that. They never once promised you. They never promised the RDNA 3 was going to have ML upscaling. They never promised that. You got every single thing you paid for with RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 and more and more. They don't owe you any money. They don't owe you anything. You got more than you bargained for. When I went into AMD, I never once thought, oh man, everything is dependent on an upscaler. They didn't even promise you that. They didn't even they didn't promise any of that. NVIDIA doesn't provide more support, bro. They cut support off pretty quickly. They stopped giving you features. You know what, dude? A reoccurring theme in the PC is in the PC space is why do my NVIDIA cards stop performing well after the new ones come out? You can't tell me that people like seriously, when was the last time anybody was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, NVIDIA like gave us more power." Uh, DLSS 5? I think DLSS 4 is already freaking pretty good enough, bro. I don't really think they need to iterate. The only thing they really need to iterate on now is like neural texture rendering for both. They need to find a way to make 8 GB GPUs still freaking potent. Because let's face it, dude. The 8 gig GPUs from this generation are actually very performant, especially even at 4K. They just need a way to make it so that you can utilize them longer. But let's put it this way, like I was saying in the beginning of this, dude. Video PC gamers are cheap, bro. You guys want everything for free. You want everything for free, and you want your shit to last and last and last and last. And it's like, dude, newer hardware comes with better features. It is what it is. You see that PS6? Yeah, that would be kind of crazy if they. I honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing though to delay till 2030 to 2030. Yeah, I think that's a good thing though. Console gamers are cheap too. Nobody wants to pay $500 for a 1080. I think 2030 would actually be really good. Just not for the 9070 XT. Why not? It is definitely a better experience. $100 games are on the horizon. I wouldn't doubt it. Shit, I already pay $100 for a lot of games I buy. 864p machines. Console can be free. I just don't get it, dude. I don't understand why everybody wants everything to be free, man. It's like everybody wants progress to like slow down because they don't want to pay prices for anything. Everything's too expensive for everybody. And it's like I look at things, man, and like, dude, this whole time I've been a PC gamer, I've had people screaming at me in all caps that this isn't the way it's supposed to be. These are too expensive. We used to blah blah blah, and I'm like, really, bro? Like, really? I mean, you, TSMC is charging more money for these freaking for the wafers, man. Like, what the hell are they supposed to do, man? We aren't consumers. No, dude, you guys are like PC gamers or some of I don't know, dude. I thought it was bad on console, bro. I thought it was bad on console, but holy crap. This shit gets wild, my friends. I'm just curious what everyone's cutoff threshold is. Yeah, exactly. So mine, honestly, I think for me, this is where I feel really comfortable PC gaming, and it's about $1,000 every other year. Every couple of years, I feel like I feel like $1,000 for me every other year to upgrade my GPU. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's if I wasn't, and that's even if I wasn't running this channel. If I wasn't running a channel, I'm a every generation upgrader. I wasn't at first when I first started PC gaming. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know about this, man. It's kind of expensive." But now that I look at it and I look at my situation and where I'm at in life, I'm an every generation $1,000 GPU. I would go up to $1,300 to $1,400 depending on the AIB model. But $1,000 is pretty much my comfort zone. That's where I feel comfortable upgrading. So if that puts me at like a, so if that puts me at like a high end 70, 80 class, whatever, I'm cool with that. Like I'm okay with that. Um, yeah, like I'm okay with that. I personally want to upgrade every generation. That's where I'm at, and that's where, um, if my situation stays the same, of course, obviously, if I'm still making the same or more money, and prices are still the same, and the economy feels the way it has over the last few years, $1,000 every couple of years for a new GPU, I'm okay with that. I'm easily okay with that. If I wasn't running this channel, think about all the GPUs and shit I bought this summer, guys. Like all the money that I invested in this channel this year, if I was just buying for me, for my habits, and I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff, yeah, dude, $1,000 GPU every couple of years. Um, a PC platform rebuild probably every, I'd go from AM5 to AM6 when it launches. Um, Maybe a CPU upgrade along the way. I'd be okay with that. Like, like depending on if, something like really, really good came out and I was starting to struggle or something with my GPU iterations every couple of years. If I was starting to get to a point where I felt, yeah. So a platform upgrade every generation. Absolutely. Um, CPU, maybe twice a generation, and then GPU every generation for sure. $1,000. And then a case build and everything like that probably once once every few years. CES, we are leaving for CES Saturday morning. Yeah, Vladimir, because they're freaking cheap. Tell them to stop being cheap, bro. 1080 Ti is done ski, bro. It's done ski. It's over. It's finished. It's time to move on, bro. Like people hang on to this shit way too long, bro. If you've got money to upgrade, upgrade. If you don't have money to upgrade, then it is what it is, bro. If you have money to upgrade, upgrade and sell your old stuff to the people who might not have the money to upgrade. I will not do a custom liquid cooled. No, I'm not interested in doing that ever. I'm not interested in doing that at this. I'm not gonna say ever. I'm not interested at this time in my PC life to do that. Not until I have more experience building. Yes, I'm going to CES, bro. Me and my wife. She's actually media too. It's gonna be fabulous. Yeah, dude, these new games that need ray tracing cores and stuff. Yeah, dude, 1080 Ti is old news. If you're playing old games and you don't care, whatever, bro. It is what it is, man. If you're one of them people that just want to sit in your little freaking bubble and play your old games, whatever, dude. Get what you need and play what you want. But if you're a new AAA banger kind of guy, yeah, bro, you need to. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Froggy Boy Media. Well, I'm already scheduled to meet up with Asus. I'm already scheduled to meet up with AMD. I'm already scheduled to meet up with LG. I'm already scheduled to meet up with. I've actually scheduled to meet up with a bunch of media different outlets, and then we're gonna do like a bunch of walking around too. DK Tech. I upgraded from a 3080 Ti to a 5090 and love it. Oh yeah, dude. Double frame gen MFG4X is fabulous. Fabulous. Tell LG to make better monitors. They make good monitors. I really do love my LG monitors. Hey, I'm an LG fanboy. Seeing as I'm still technically like mostly consumer. I still buy a lot of the stuff I use. Look, man, I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanboy, and that's okay. That's okay. I prefer certain products. Heck yeah, dude! I'm gonna go open a couple of them freaking daycares in Minnesota, bro. Dude, I could and a couple of autism freaking things, bro. Gosh, and then see if I can get that 6090 on my EBT card. EBT. It's in the wallet. No, I'm just joking. No, sadly, I still have to work a real job. Hire you as security. Yeah, bro. If in Minnesota, we can open up autism freaking spaces. Shit made me sick. Oh man, I can't believe that, bro. Like our government is so damn inefficient, bro, and it's just rife for shit. Like you think Minnesota is the only freaking state in America that's like legit ripping off the American people, bro? Are you serious? Yeah, dude. I need like some of that stuff. Of course, I've tried to set a course a rally. There's videos on the channel. You just didn't watch them. We could have data center. Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. You know what the funny thing is, man, is they say 8 GB GPUs suck, but you know what? You know how much fun you can have on an 8 GB GPU in 2025? A lot, a lot. There's thousands, literally thousands of PG games that you can play at high refresh rate on a 5080 with maxed out settings. I mean, you don't need to play freaking Indiana Jones. Trust me. Indiana Jones is an absolute. I mean, you can turn off all the ray tracing and still play that game pretty well. I did play it. I played it at 4K on an 8 GB GPU and it ran just fine using butter smooth. Dude, I had like 300 frames a second, bro. It was running just fine for me. Oh, 50 for under $200. Yeah, dude. 50 under $200 is an absolute bargain, bro. Absolute bargain. I recommend it, dude. If you honestly, guys, the 5050 is the kind of GPU that I would recommend to somebody that wants to play PC gaming but doesn't want to invest a whole lot of money into it. They just want to play at like 1080p and have a good time. 1080p, see, that's the thing that we need to get away from is saying that 1080p is no longer a viable option. If you, dude, you just don't even understand like the experience and performance that you get at 1080p is mind numbing, even on a 5050. Yeah, see, I mean, you can always move the goalposts more if you want, Vladimir. Like, why not just get a 5090? Just get a 5090 and be happy. Like I would prefer you guys to stop buying cheap ass GPUs and shit and just get a 5090. Stop being poor and go get a 5090. And while you're at it, get like 3 4K monitors so that you can go get a 5050. $50 more. What did you make?
Our Philly cheesesteaks still.
There's no more, is there?
Did you want some?
If there's more, but only if there's more.
I just thought you had steak, but here.
Is there more?
There's some for me in order. Yeah, I just was gonna take some to work tomorrow. But eat, please.
Yeah, you get a 5090 and you can game at 1080p forever. Literally, it only uses like 8% of the GPU. Get 4 5050s. No. Everybody needs to get a 5090 now. Don't even play around with anything else. It's just a compromised experience. You need 50. You need 5090, dude. You absolutely need the best. Nope. Nope. You PC gamers have made it impossible to recommend anything because you're too snobby. The funny thing is most of you guys are 50 or 3060 guys. Nice. Yeah, dude, quit being poor, guys. Go get 3 or 4 jobs so you can get a 5090. You might be able to put all the 3060 guys always telling everybody that Intel's releasing what next year? I thought they were releasing. Oh yeah, it is next year. Huh. I really hope they can release one, a good one.
Forgot the Worcestershire stuff.
Arc Raiders is getting is toxic. Yeah, dude. Honestly, a 9060 XT is. I think that's a good buy. I love. You know what I love most is when people tell me what an NVIDIA experience is supposed to be like, and I've got like a 5090, and I've tested like every card in between. And so when I say, from my experience, not just guessing or anything like that, when I say from my experience that an RTX 5050 is a decent GPU with a good feature set, it makes me a little sad that people try to tell me that it's not. I could game on a 5050. Junior? I don't know. I think he's washing dishes. Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
2070 Super Founders card. See, look at that, man. Yeah. Which card should you upgrade them to? Honestly, for your kid, for our kids, I feel like the 9060 XT 16 gigabyte is the best option.
You already fed her.
I know, but she's sitting right here begging. She's a begster. You little begster. Okay, no, you're done. Okay, get away from me. It's all gone. Go. Go. Kids need 5090, bro. Get them. Yeah, exactly. Get your kid a 5090 and you use the 5050. Show restraint for freak's sakes. Your kids deserve that 5090. Honestly, my go-to for youngsters, bro, if you're footing the bill and you're buying it for them, 9060 XT. If they got a job and they're paying for something else, maybe like 9070, 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte. Dude, those are such good cards. You know what I mean? I would spoil them if they were mine. I was debating between a 9070 XT or a 5070 Ti for your kid. Whatever you buy for them, you got to get the monitor. You got to get a good monitor for them too, though. Honestly, my opinion is I feel like the 9070 XT is a better overall card than the 5070 Ti. A 5070 Ti is awesome and it will get the job done, but I feel like 9070 XT is a better card. But 9070 XT performs better in the games that I like to play. So that's why I feel like it's a better buy for me, anyways. In terms of like ray tracing and stuff like that, I mean, the 5070 Ti can get by, but I feel like ray tracing is like a 4090, 5090 card experience. Yeah. AMD usually does I feel like AMD is really good. Drag eggs while watching the stream. Nice, bro. I honestly, DLSS 4 versus FSR 4, I really can't tell a difference, bro. Like, there's no difference. They both look incredible. They both look great. I mean, I've still seen some games a little bit like ghosty with freaking DLSS 4. That was good. But we're going to be eating good in Vegas, baby. Taco Bell. No. Mom said Taco Bell. Who's going to watch you? What are you going to do?
The kids are going to be home for most of it.
What are you going to do while we're gone?
Jade Cakes wants to know how much we're paying her to dog sit.
$0.00. Why? What does Lainey pay her? Ross clothes? So we'll take her to TJ Maxx. You're an AMD fan? I'm just used to it. Look, you know what? Either way you go, it's fine. I don't necessarily have like a problem with NVIDIA at all anymore. Like, I don't really care. Like, NVIDIA is fine. I just, for me, it's like NVIDIA just doesn't have that, like, I don't get that feeling like a lot of people do when they're like, oh gosh, I got NVIDIA, man. I'm the coolest, man. I'm like part of the team and shit. Like, I don't get that freaking feeling. What's up, Genesis Planet? How you doing, brother? I don't get that freaking sense of like, oh my gosh, I'm superior when I have an NVIDIA GPU, bro. Like, I don't. I don't have that. Like, I did it first when I first got NVIDIA, and I was like, oh man, I'm one of the cool kids. But then I quickly realized that I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this shit's so overhyped and it's weird. You gotta have DLSS and you gotta have ray tracing, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you guys ruined it for me, man. The 3060 bros ruined it for me. They ruined it for me with the way that those guys would say how perfect DLSS was, and we're on the 30 series, and they're talking about like ray tracing and all this shit. Nobody could use ray tracing, not even the 3090 bros. I was like, really, guys, really? And so then I bought the 7900 XT, and I was like, holy shit, I got a real GPU finally. $50.90 bros, I'm one of them, dude. I'm gonna be coping hardcore, man. I'll be sitting here, I'll be like, no, look, the 5090 is not dead yet. It's still good, I swear. 6090 is gonna be like twice as powerful because it's gonna be on a completely different node, a smaller node. It's gonna have more power, and it's gonna have two of them little bad boys for the 16 pins. What's up, AMP? Yeah, dude, I honestly just feel like you can do video encoding on AMD just as good. They have a AV1 encoding as well, and decoding and all of that shit. Dude, it runs just fine. My 9070 XT is almost as fast as my 5090 in editing. Get up there, Chunky. Get up there. Get up. Hurry up. No, get up there.
She can't. She needs a step stool.
Oh, she doesn't. She just needs to stop being lazy. Why would I sell the 5090?
Lego.
I have a 5090. Like, it doesn't bother me to have a 5090. I'm just telling people the truth so they don't go out there and waste all their money on a 5090 thinking that, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get something. No, you're not. You're going to get a 5090. I'm using it right now. It's like, that's what I'm streaming from. It is my work PC. It's okay, bro. I don't have to love everything NVIDIA, bro. Like, I don't have to sit here and like, I don't have to sit here and like freaking glaze NVIDIA all the time, bro. Like, I got a 5090. Oh well. It's the fastest, bestest experience you can get in PC gaming right now at a price. Computer case is low profile and tall cards don't fit. 5080 Zotac was the lowest profile card. Nice. You could have just got a 9070 XT and called it a day, bro, and been happy. I think if you're going to go AMD, though, you really should look into like programs that are going to run well on it. 3070 Ti was a good card, too. 3070 Ti is still a good card. You just have to use like 1080p. That was the point where NVIDIA kind of screwed up. Like AMD can fix their RDNA 2 cards. NVIDIA is pretty much screwed, bro. They're like, like we screwed everybody and everybody still loves us. Like NVIDIA really screwed that generation of GPU buyers hardcore. Like way more hardcore than freaking AMD not supporting FSR 4 on 7000 series cards officially. Trust me, man. NVIDIA straight ripped the NVIDIA bros off hardcore with that. 8 GB cards, 10 GB card. Oh my gosh, man. Those cards had power and they were good, but they were kneecapped so hard for these next generation games. Like, don't get me wrong, you can use them and they're probably fine, but holy crap, dude. And now they've got now another slap in the face is like a 50-50 for $250. Oh, I didn't buy that one. I did not buy any gold 5090 cards. You're right. There's a lot more support for AMD or for NVIDIA than there is AMD, but there's also just as many. There's also a lot of good programs that you can use for AMD that actually probably are more performant. That run absolutely fantastical on AMD. Like if you're trying to brute force NVIDIA optimized features and programs on AMD, okay, yeah, your experience ain't gonna be good. But if you find AMD friendly programs and apps and shit like that, dude, your AMD experience is butter smooth, man, and it's well optimized. That's the one thing that I look at that it's like, dude, none of these reviewers actually go out of their way to like find an optimized experience for AMD. They just brute force the NVIDIA shit and they're like, oh, it almost works. It's like, dude, shut up, man. You guys are not fair. There's no such thing as a fair, unbiased review for AMD. It's always brute forced through NVIDIA's freaking playground. Much artificial crippling. Yeah, exactly, bro. I think NVIDIA really does artificially cripple their GPUs after the new ones come out, so that you're always in this perpetual, oh, I need to upgrade. When AMD, dude, it usually runs pretty damn good. It almost works. Both usually when I build the best deal or the knowledge of the user. Yeah. honestly, if you go out of your way to actually utilize AMD the way it should be utilized, you will have a better time. If you're trying to use these programs that are heavily influenced by CUDA, um, yeah, you, it just makes sense to me. Like if you're gonna buy AMD, you should probably use the AMD system with the AMD apps and shit that run good for it, instead of like trying to brute force NVIDIA friendly apps. That's what I'm going to be doing that a lot this year. Is I'm going to go out of my way to look for more AMD friendly apps that are good, that are going to perform well, and then compare those to like the NVIDIA experience using the NVIDIA programs, and see if we can find like a better, because I don't think there's nobody out there that does that. There's nobody out there that does that type of work for AMD. Everybody just freaking sits on their knees in front of NVIDIA, waiting for NVIDIA to sneeze so that they can get a little bit of that. And that's not me, dude. Like, I'm not going to sit on my knees for NVIDIA, bro. There's already enough NVIDIA freaking, there's already enough NVIDIA concubines out there, bro, that wait for Master NVIDIA. What do you mean? Why don't I compare Avatar with Ray Recon on versus AMD? What are you talking about? Like I've already put out some Avatar videos. Let's be real. Even with ray reconstruction on the Nvidia, it doesn't really do anything. It still looks fuzzy freaking reflections, bro. Like it is what it is. Nope, you can jump right into the new DLC. It's an action-packed expansion. It's not part of the main story. It is kind of part of the main story, but it's a full-on expansion. So yeah, you can access it right from you. You don't even have to load into Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. You can load right into the from the ashes. Yeah. A lot of the newer apps that are coming out, dude, are actually getting pretty well optimized for AMD, man. Like it's not just games. There's a lot coming for AMD. Adrenaline software is very good. It performs very well. It doesn't have a shit ton of overhead. Dude, look at. I don't even lose a whole lot of performance when I use Relive to record, and my recordings come out looking incredible on AMD. Dude, I my shit always comes out washed out on NVIDIA because I always forget to turn off HDR. I don't have to turn off HDR on AMD. I just have to turn it off on NVIDIA. So either way, like my experience is compromised on NVIDIA. Nobody like let's be real. Ray tracing is really not that importante. Catch up time for technology. I don't think look as good. Ray tracing still seems it is pretty buggy, Daniel. You have to have a really high end GPU to even really get the performance or to really get a good ray tracing experience. You really do need a higher end GPU. And you're still using all the features. You're not running any of that shit natively. It's kind of pitiful, man. Like ray tracing is kind of pitiful. It's fine. I mean, it looks okay when you turn it on and then turn it off. Like it does add to the overall thing, but it's so performance. It kneecaps your performance so much. Just started playing AC Shadows again. Nice. 6 years in the Xbox generation, and we'll be waiting for to use all the tools. They're not using the tools. What's up, Silverbeard? How you doing, brother? They're never going to use all of the tools. I'm sorry. They don't want to use the tools. Gets baked into the video. Yeah. Dubs content. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I really hate how I'll be sitting there and I'll record a video on NVIDIA and then I'll watch it back and I'm like, gosh damn it, dude. I got so much freaking footage from NVIDIA that's just absolute trash. Like I get so mad. I'm like, my AMD can do it, but I gotta buy a capture card so that I can do it on my NVIDIA one. No wonder why everybody's like, oh, you got to use a capture card. You got to use a capture card because they know that NVIDIA's recording relive shit is trash. Just accept it. It's trash. AMD's is better. AMD's is built for gamers and showing people what it looks like. NVIDIA's is, yeah, dude. There's like I still to this day don't understand why people say that NVIDIA is so damn great, bro. It's like why? Why can't you just accept it? AMD does a lot better than NVIDIA does. It is. I would much rather play and record video on my AMD machine, even at lower frame rates, to show off the beauty of the games than ever show them off on the NVIDIA system. Like it's literally just pointless most of the time. I do. I always update immediately. Whenever there's a new driver, I update. Gaming first, then AMD fan. Yep. Possible, though it came at the cost of HDR issues. Yep. It really did, man. It really kind of just makes it. I wish it would at least convert like AMD does. Like AMD, like before AMD used to make my images like really dark if I had HDR on, but they seem to have fixed that because my recordings from AMD come out looking beautiful now. I always wanted to update drivers for both AMD and NVIDIA. They both are bugged. Yeah. Shadow play to record HDR stuff, no issues. Yeah, I always get issues. For some reason, it always comes out washed out. Just ask the community; they'll tell you. Why does it look washed out? Why are you trying to make NVIDIA look bad? I'm not trying to make them look bad. They're making themselves look bad. Hit the record button and it comes out trash. PC case tomorrow. Hope I got the power supply and CPU. Nice, nice. Hell yeah, brother. I always wait even now. I don't. I upgrade. Oh. I upgrade them right at launch. Let me see. I haven't checked NVIDIA lately because I don't really play a whole lot of games on here. DLSS 4 has 175 games. I'm on 591.59. The newest driver. 4. Ooh, optimize. Optimize. My Hell Is Us video looks incredible, though, does it not? I run an HDR on that one, I believe. It's probably a hardware setting, OS or something, possibly. I'm supposed to tell you the problems. Like, I usually don't have a whole lot of freaking driver problems. When I did, it was on the NVIDIA and it cut like 40% of my performance on AC shadows, dude. I was like, what the hell? Any updates? I don't know. I think that he has been working every day since. I'll hit him up. Well, because I didn't stop at the Sev today, so I don't know. But I will find out. I didn't stop there after work. I had to go and do some stuff with my truck. And then I'm getting ready to go Saturday to CES, bro. I can't believe it's only 4 freaking more sleeps away. Is it 4 sleeps or 3 sleeps? Got to sleep tonight. Got to sleep tomorrow. Got to sleep Thursday. Got to sleep right. Helps 4 sleeps. Only 4 sleeps. Are you mad at me? You don't feel good, but you look mad at me. You got Hellas S. Nice, nice. It's a good game, Silverbeard. It is good. Just sit down and sit right through it. Impact recordings, the biggest issues come if trying to. I use 10-bit. I use 10-bit. What's up, Mr. Onyx? Yes, it is a beautiful game, especially on AMD, bro. It really does look really good on AMD. Actually, Hellas S is probably one of the best looking and performing games with FSR Redstone that I've seen yet. Oh, oh. It does. Even with frame gen, dude, it just feels so smooth. What are we coping today, amigo? Oh, just always coping. Trying to cope on my freaking NVIDIA experience. I did change my room. I'm not going to stay at Mandalay Bay now. I switched it to a different hotel because I didn't want to. I don't want to pay those super duper high prices when I could get something closer to the event center and cheaper. So I did that. I know, dude. We're gonna be able to see that sphere. I haven't been there since. I haven't been to Las Vegas since 2000. Since 2000.
I haven't been there since 2018.
I haven't been there since 2000, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been there. It's been a very long time. I'm just trying to help people cope with the purchase of their NVIDIA. Well, wow. Oh, wow. Gosh dang, bro. I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm moving to Minnesota and I'm gonna open up one of them daycares, bro. I like millions of dollars. Oh yeah, dude. Well, I see that there's a lot of people gouging. Did you talk to the guy you gifted the PC? Just wondering how blown away. I'll tell you what he said, because he's been working and he hasn't had a whole lot of time to actually like play. But this is what he said. He did send me a picture of it set up. He was super excited over 1 terabyte, having 1 terabyte. And he says, he says, I never played any games on max settings before. It looks unbelievable, bro. That's the right way to play Cyberpunk for sure. Because I bought him a copy of Cyberpunk too. 2077. He's getting to play in ultra settings with all the stuff turned on, man. Yeah, top of the motherboard. There's a 4-pin and an 8-pin. Do I need to power both? Honestly, the only time you need to power both of them, Silverbeard, is if you're doing overclocking. Are you going to be doing a lot of overclocking? You should be fine with just one, but you can use them both. There's a 4-pin and an 8-pin. It should be a 6-pin and an 8-pin. One 8-pin should be enough. Ray tracing blows you away. Can't believe the people who put anything over 60 series on a cheapo board. Those VRMs will be crying once you get to the 70 series and up. All right. I'll see you later, Onyx. Happy New Year, bro. Yeah, a 6-pin and a 4-pin. No, you should have at least an 8-pin. One should be an 8 and one should be a 6. But my board has 2 8-pins. Features on the Asus motherboard. Yeah, I've tried them all. Same one. Well, I was wondering if I should try. That's what I do, is I just AI overclocked it all and it works fine. Both EPS. I need to do a review. I need to do a review of that X870E-E motherboard. Okay, we can start now. Okay. In terms of visuals, yes, global illumination, ray tracing, more expensive. Yeah, more impressive. I'm not like super addicted to ray tracing yet, even on the 5090. I still think that some games look good. I really hope we start getting more updates for Assetto Corsa Evo soon. Assetto Corsa Evo is quickly becoming like my favorite sim game. I'm really liking Project Motor Racing too, but I feel like Evo, after they bring the open world part, is probably going to be my go-to. I want the open world and a Corvette C8R. I can't tell a difference between high and ultra in a lot of games. Can't tell a difference. Yeah, I can't tell a difference between high and ultra, but it depends on the game that you can tell a difference. My favorite ray tracing games are Control, Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Cyberpunk, obviously. And then that's pretty much really it. Nothing else is really like, oh my gosh, it just jumps right out at you. Definitely not Call of Duty. Ooh, 194. Dude, next month is going to be horrible. Oh, man. Okay. Wow. Damn, I didn't even realize there was a lot of replies. No. Sorry, guys. I needed to read some of those comments because if I don't, they start piling up. Oh, I would use both EPS then. Or any of the AI overclock features. Oh yeah, so I'm right there. Yeah, Racing was a gimmick. I mean, really. Hopefully they add VR support soon. Oh yeah, for AC Rally. I'm really liking. Okay, so I jumped in Settle Corsa Evo a couple weeks ago with VR. Looks absolutely phenomenal. And then if we can get VR support for Rally fairly soon, oh my gosh, dude, I will make so many videos for that. I think prices will start dropping in about 6 months. I do too, actually. VR is really good for sim racing. I absolutely love it for sim racing. But when it comes to anything else, Dayton VR, made in VR chat looks sweet, nice. Oh man, I can't believe this month is almost over. 31 days, bro. I got, oh, dang. Still got today, tomorrow, and one more day. Oh, yeah, I get freaking that day off. Nice. Why do you keep getting down? Why do you keep getting down? Just stay up there. Just stay up there. You can play Rally in VR. Yeah, I'm not really a big tinkerer though. I just, honestly, if I had the time to like sit here and do that, maybe be okay. The more time I have to tinker with stuff, like I watched somebody's video today about switching to Linux, and get up there, hurry up.
She's not going to.
Get up.
She's getting scared.
Get up there. Go. Get up. Do it. I watched somebody's video today upgrading to Linux, okay? And he was saying like he had to use like LLMs to like freaking. He's saying that like doing Linux is a freaking chore, bro. Like it looks annoying, and I don't want to do that, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and put in lines of code for shit to work, dude. No, dude. I will try SteamOS when it comes out, and until then, I'm not sure that Linux is worth the can of worms that it would be worth, that it would take. And I want native support for my rally game. I don't want to show people something that I don't know how to teach them how to do. That's the biggest thing that stops me from modding, is I don't want to show people something that they would have to figure out. I don't know how to explain how to do it to them for them. 9060 XT 16 gigabyte and the RX 9070 coming in tomorrow. All of them Sapphire. Nice. Why'd you get a 9070 though? That's what I don't under. Are you just putting that in one of the other builds? You gotta stop. You're making me want to buy more cards. You're making me want to buy more cards. You're making me want to buy more GPUs. I already...
Your money.
A little bit. But it's very, very faint.
Is it messing up your video?
No, it's very, very faint. You can hold. Did you get the 8 gigabyte card? You need the 8. You need the 8. You need the 8 gigs. You need the 8 gigabyte one. I should upgrade Junior to a better one. I have a 9070 XT. The Still Legend is also a nice one. Nice. I got 8. I need one more so I could have 8 lives like a cat. 9 lives. You need 9. I really wanted to collect all the 9070 XTs this generation too. I've already got 2 of them. I should probably collect the other 2. Well, at least 2 more, maybe 3. If I was going to get any more, I'd probably just get a Asus Tough. Asus Tough 9070 XT. Oh, nice. Let me see. Let me see how much they are. I want to see what the Asus Tough one looks like. Damn, that card is beautiful. I really wish Asus would do like a freaking Astral for the 9070 XT, bro. I was, huh, man, that would be so badass. I don't have a Red Devil. 5070 Ti, and it's well made. Yeah. But they're gone now for a new supplier, as it were. Yeah. For a GeForce 256. I have a Red Devil and it sucks. It's a great vacuum. LOL. For me. Collect 90s hardware. All those parts now cost more than they did when they were new. Yeah, retro is getting pricey, isn't it? But why would anybody want like 90s hardware, man? Isn't that like I just I don't know. Like what would you do with it? Like most of the newer games wouldn't even run on some of that stuff. To play Donkey Kong? Well, can't you do that on like a freaking you could probably do that on one on our walls. Oh, I see. I probably should try to get myself a 3080 10 gig back, or at least a 3060 Ti. Uh, I mean, still have a trusty EVGA 3070 and a 3080. I need to get me a 3080. I was thinking like a 3080 10 gig because that's what I'd bought, but I'd go for 3080 12 gig. Sell it next month. I'll give you my address, Mr. Morales. You can just send me that 3080 10 gig. You just donate it to the channel. It'll go to good use. Might bring back anger management issues, but it should be fine. GTX 770. I couldn't imagine how that plays today. Did NVIDIA skip, like go straight from the 7 to 9? Or was there an 870? Minecraft for the win. Nice. They did skip, huh? Interesting. So pretty much what AMD did. They skipped the 8000 series. Well, they didn't skip. Technically, this right here has an 850S in it. An 850. So yeah, they didn't skip. They just essentially turned the 80 series into their APUs. So that there's got an 8050S, and then the other one has an 8060S. Yeah, I like the freaking switcheroo number 2. It's a good switcheroo. Kind of sucks. I was gonna have like another pair of those like glasses, but nobody watched the first video, so I just canceled the other pair. I'm not gonna waste all my money on that. That's just wild. That other pair was like $430, so I just canceled them. I wonder if I should get like some 1080 Ti's and do SLI. Can you do SLI on the 30 series cards or no? Switch to AMD. Yeah, if you can find the bridge. Oh, nice. SLI on the 5090s. Could you imagine like two 3090s with a fire extinguisher? What are you talking about? I got payload systems. Smoke break. Man. Dual 5090s. Man, just having one 5090 is a freaking space heater. I'll tell you that. Cool. You know what, guys? I think that I am going to just chill and watch some freaking Netflix tonight. I'm going to jump in the shower and I'm going to watch some Netflix. So thank you all for coming. I will see you guys in the next one. Maybe Wednesday morning I'll get up early and do a live stream because I don't have any work on Wednesday or Thursday. So maybe I'll just do live stream both of those days. But yeah, we'll see you guys later, man. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It was awesome. I just ran out of things to talk about. And I kind of just want to watch a couple episodes of Vikings before I go to bed. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.